All right, everybody. Today's show is about hardwood flooring, and I'm here with Emil Kapanadze.
Yep, you got it right.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, didn't butcher it.
Well, anyway, I got a little backstory on me and Emil. Emil used to be one of my jiu-jitsu students. What was that, 13 years ago?
12, 13 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so, and we recently ran into each other at the Muay Thai Academy because we're both still at it.
Amazing.
Did you just get started again, or did you take a break, or you've been doing it?
No, I haven't done anything maybe in the last 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
just a little bit of running, a little bit of nothing,
right.
nothing serious at all.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like,
it's
I need to
really,
get back.
yeah, it's really great to see you, man.
Yeah,
It was really great to see you when I saw you at class. I was like, wow. It's and we shared an old photo of us, you and I,
that was great.
at the tournament.
Yeah,
At the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's when you told me what was going on, I remember back then that you worked in the flooring business with your dad.
I was just starting out.
Yeah, you just like doing what, grunt work?
Opening boxes, taking out the planks, inspecting them for the most part, ripping up carpet. No power tools, basically. nothing fun.
Dad didn't trust you with power tools yet. Okay, that's funny.
He's very careful. He's very careful and stuff, and he didn't just want to just throw me, and
Yeah, he taught you well.
yeah,
So he taught you actually how to install flooring, right?
from the beginning to the end.
Okay, so that's great. So that is one hell of a story. And I'm really proud of you for the fact that you stuck with your dad and your dad's business this whole time. That's
I
awesome.
wasn't going anywhere. It
Yeah,
was,
that's really cool. That's really cool. I know other people have tried doing that with their kids, and it just doesn't work out. And
It's tough,
and they're
believe it or not.
disappointed. Yeah, it's a family member, you know.
it's tough to work with.
You're like,
family.
you know, you got to live with them. You got to talk to them all the time. And
Well, it's not even that, because my dad's very confident. It was the way we see things. I want to get it done this way, and he's like, "Let's get it done this way," for example. And
but you both have the same purpose.
Correct.
The end goal is the same. You just both have a different way of getting there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's fine.
But
that's,
we made it work.
That's just like human nature.
Right.
I can say, hey, I want to go to the bar, but I'm taking this street. And you're like, no, I'm going this way. I'm going, but we'll go.
still
Both
met up there.
both gonna have that beer.
100%.
So
It worked out.
yeah. So the name of your company is EKO Flooring.
EKO Flooring,
EKO.
EKO Flooring.
EKO, okay.
Yeah, it's EKO Flooring.
I should have asked that before I forgot.
Well, basically, it's the initials of my dad's name, Aliko.
Okay.
EKO, and at the same time we do say that we echo because with the glues that we use is 100% green, for example, which is really important. First
Awesome.
of all, when you doing hardwood flooring,
Right.
And the products that we do sell, they're all for the most part green, and we're trying to get it as green as possible.
Interesting. I wasn't aware of that, so that's a surprise to me. That's a good topic. So tell me more about what makes flooring green. I'd have to ask. That'd be my first question. What makes flooring materials green?
The glues that they use.
Okay.
So, for example, if we're going off engineered hardwood, it's a construction of two different woods.
Right.
The top is a white oak, for example. The bottom is going to be a different core. In this end, let's say birch or pine.
Right.
So, but they have to put it together.
Sure.
And then they glue it. So a big question comes into what kind of glue do they use at these manufacturers,
Right.
to build these planks, basically.
Right.
The second thing is what kind of glue are you using to glue down these planks on your subfloor?
I see.
You can get this cheap glue that's gonna
Right.
be all
Elmer's glue.
whatever, right? And sometimes you got to pay a little bit more to get the green stuff, the zero VOC,
Right.
and,
So that brings up a good topic right there. So which floors need a glue going down to a subfloor?
engineered hardwood.
Engineered hardwood.
Engineered hardwood,
Okay.
which is really popular nowadays here on the West Coast. About I want to say 90% of our hardwood installations are engineered hardwood.
Okay.
10% is solid.
All right. Can you explain to the listeners what engineered means?
Of course. So, let's go back to the solid part first,
Okay.
because what it was solid planks. Back in the day, everyone installed. That's what it was. There, the 2 inches, 3 inches.
Yeah. Look
planks.
down. I got some of that on my floor right here.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one. So the ones you see in the old school homes
Yeah.
nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So that is solid plank, meaning the whole construction of it is solid. In your case, it looks like might be a white oak or a red oak. I don't know.
Right.
But so we're going with either or. Back again, the whole thing is a solid piece. They couldn't get the wider planks. So we're stuck with this 2-3 inches.
Right.
So, and they wanted to make a new construction of it, so you could get the 7 inches, 9 inches wide planks.
Right.
So what they do now is the engineered hardwood. It's still a hardwood. You have the top layer that's going to be your white oak, for example, but the bottom now is going to be a different wood, much cheaper wood, for example, like a birch or a pine.
Okay.
And the way they build them now, put them together, craft them, is that you're able to get these widths.
I see. So the engineered it gives them the ability to make it a wider plank.
Correct.
I see. That's good. That's good. I'm learning stuff today. I love it.
A wider plank, not just that, the construction of it, the solid planks, the solid hardwood that you have on your floor tends to have a lot of problems.
Right.
The whole thing is a solid piece. You need to acclimate it correctly. It means you have to bring in that material in your home and leave it for about 2 weeks. The correct way.
Right.
How many contractors want to wait that long? They want to get in and knock it out.
They're going to pull it out of the truck and start laying it.
Exactly.
Right. Now, does that go for every type of flooring, acclimation?
No. So in the engineered hardwood, 2-3 days.
Okay.
You need 2-3 days to acclimate it correctly. Make sure you have a good moisture barrier if you're working with a concrete foundation.
Yes, that's a good point right there.
Very important. It's very important.
Moisture barrier is only required if there's a slab foundation.
Yeah.
Concrete.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So if you're just putting it over a raised crawl space with a wood floor, wood framing, you don't have to worry about that.
No. Not with the engineered hardwood.
Right. And that's I recently did my bathroom and I put this stuff in there right here.
Yeah. Great.
And this
Luxury
is
vinyl.
Luxury vinyl. So it's got the cork on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I when I first bought it, they didn't mention anything about a rape barrier,
right?
The barrier for underneath, and I had to go back a couple different times to get different stuff. So I said, "Hey, by the way, do I have to?" He goes, "No, only if it's concrete." So he gave me good information. Yeah, the guy gave me good information.
Yeah, sometimes you run into those good guys.
Yeah, yeah, every once in a while, right? And it's not like going to Home Depot and it's on aisle 18, and it's not there. So, a lot of questions for you today.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So what is... Okay, you explained the engineered.
Yes, very popular nowadays.
That's the very popular one, yeah, engineered. And what's the price range on, like, per square foot? Is that how it goes, per square foot?
It goes per square foot.
Yeah.
Roughly, again, I brought you more of the nicer stuff, for you to show you, of course. So this material, for example, made in Spain, roughly $9 a square foot.
Wow.
Yes. That is more on the higher end.
And that looks really thick. What's that, a 1/2 inch?
5/8.
5/8.
So most of the engineered hardwoods nowadays is 5/8.
Wow.
You'll have some that are 3/4, but mostly are made to be 5/8. It's a good size. About 1/8 of it is like the European oak, the white oak. The rest of it is going to be your birch or your pine.
Got it.
For example, that is a different cord that they use.
Okay. Yeah, this one here looks like it's 1/2 inch. The one below it looks like is that 3/4? Is that 5/8?
So the reason between these are just the two boards. These are actual planks.
Right.
For example, you could see engineered hardwood 7-inch white plank.
Tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove, correct.
Yep.
This is just stained differently, same material.
Got it.
With this, the reason it looks thicker, I believe it has like a board.
Oh.
Particle board to attach the two boards together.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's why it's looking
it's
a little
display.
Correct.
That's part of the display. Got it.
It's 5/8. That's what your material is usually nowadays.
That's real. 5/8 is really thick. That's like that's a really thick piece of drywall, for example.
Yeah,
that's
so it must
plywood?
be glued down. It must be glued down. You can't get away with nails, or you're going to be hearing squeaks as soon as the installation is done.
Wow. As a home inspector, I get questioned every day. John, what type of floor do I have? Well, there's no labels on the side we're standing on, so I can't really answer that any better. It looks like it might be engineered. It looks like it might be a cheap laminate, or it's a plank vinyl. Plank vinyl, I can tell.
Yeah. It's,
I'm a fan of plank vinyl because when I see it installed right,
it looks
fantastic.
Nice. It looks beautiful.
And that's why I put it in my bathroom. It's great for wet areas.
It is.
That's what it's ideal for.
That is the number one when customers come in, for example, to our showroom and they say, I need floors that are going to be, you know, waterproof.
Yeah, I got 3 kids and they like to make a mess.
Yeah, I have kids, I have a dog. Whatever. Luxury vinyl.
Easily cleaning. Easy
yeah.
to clean.
I actually have luxury vinyl in my home.
Good. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, someday I'll put this in a house. That's nice.
It's beautiful.
Almost $10 a square foot. Woo.
For that, for example, is this these planks right here? You're looking somewhere in between 7 to 8. Again,
Okay.
it's gonna matter on the square foot. Again, what I was trying to say.
Right.
A bedroom that's 300, 400 square foot. That's the price. When you get into the 1,000, 2,000 square foot, there's things that the vendors, for example, do. They understand it's a bigger size, the square foot. But roughly, you're looking at 7, 8, 9 for something nice, made in Italy, made in Spain.
Okay.
Once we start going to different wear layers, meaning that you're getting just a tiny little veneer on top, and the rest is just core, birch, pine.
Yeah.
Then you can get floors for $5-6.
Okay. Now here's another question customers always have for me: can I refinish these floors?
If they have enough, wear layer. 100%.
So you're saying if you had this engineered installed,
yes,
there's a possibility you can sand it
for sure.
Oh, really?
100%.
Okay. That's a good answer. I'll be happy to tell them that.
But here's the funny thing: nobody resands these floors.
So what?
They
just last.
They last. Realistically, if you want to resand them in 5-6 years, you could.
Okay.
But what people do nowadays, they just rip them out and they'll just put in new ones. The only time we resand floors is the old school ones, the ones that you have on your floor.
Interesting.
That is the only time.
Right.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know why. It's all mentally.
Huh. Now, how is this construction adhesive that holds these down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Those are a couple of the most popular questions I get.
Yeah.
What kind of floor is it? I'm like, well, did you guys see any boxes in the garage? I can tell you. Otherwise, I'm just guessing.
You're gonna have to guess by the size. So if you see those 2-3 inches boards, solid.
So yeah, solid hardwood.
100%.
Yeah, if they were pointing at that, I'd be like, oh, it's solid. A real hardwood floor. Yeah.
Once you see something more wider than 5 inches, it's most likely engineered.
Engineered. Now, do you guys consider the plank engineered as well? The plank vinyl, is that also considered engineered?
No. It's not an engineered hardwood.
No,
but like an engineered construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a hardwood. That's what sometimes people get confused because it does look like hardwood. Sometimes they think that it looks like hardwood. No, it's a different construction. It's different material.
And it comes in different thicknesses. So this one here's got a decent thickness to it.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy too. So.
But I think there was some thicker ones I saw. I bought this stuff at Floor and Decor. Sorry, I didn't know you had a flooring store. Oh no,
not the Floor Decor. No, Floor Decor is great. Of course.
They had what I needed, and it just worked. It
looks good.
I hadn't done a floor in I can't remember how long.
Right.
And I'm like, where do I go? And the tile guy was like, check out Floor and Decor. You got to get your tile over there anyway. So I was like, all right. So I just bought it.
No, it's no worries. It looks good.
Yeah.
So yes, they do come in different thicknesses. You have your thinner ones. They go by numbers. For example, like the 5 mil, 6 mil, 8 mil.
Correct. And one of the most annoying floors I can't stand is that cheap laminate, where it sounds like you're in a tap dancing school.
Yes.
When you walk across it.
Nobody's doing that anymore. Nobody's doing
No,
laminate.
people are still doing it. I go to some houses and it's still there.
Oh no, they probably still have it installed. But in the last year, I'll tell you, we had not had a laminate sale. Believe it or not, not one laminate sale, not one laminate installation.
Because this stuff is just too good.
It's
This looks totally high end. I mean, I've seen this stuff. I do a lot of very expensive houses. So when I'm expecting, I do multi-million-dollar homes quite often, and I do see this stuff.
Oh, of course.
And it is impressive.
If you can get the higher end vinyl, it's beautiful. I think it's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to have this stuff in my house someday. You never know. Might be calling you for that.
Yeah, definitely, but it's definitely pricey once you start looking at the.
If I do that, I'm never doing it again.
Oh no, and that's the thing. So when people are buying these floors, they're not resanding them anymore. You're gonna lose all the grains in it.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have the same product. Realistically.
And I like the color. It's not too. I'm not into dark colors for floors.
Yeah,
I just never liked a dark floor.
They're not even popular nowadays.
I just don't like them. Putting this in, or even this one's not too bad.
This one I brought you.
That one, see, that one's too dark for me. That one there.
Yeah, I brought this sample. I wanted to show you the differences between also the price wise.
Yeah.
Of why something is more.
Yeah,
This.
explain that. Yeah.
So, for example, let me go to the nicer stuff, of course. So this sample right here is one of the most popular colors that's being installed nowadays.
That is a nice color.
Believe it or not, this color right here.
I like it. I would use that. And what exactly is this? A veneer on top, correct?
Yes, it's engineered hardwood. You could see the veneer on top.
Yep.
You could see the core.
Yep.
Glue down installation. So you see,
it's gonna take a lot to damage this floor. That is thick.
It's thick. Realistically, to be completely honest, you'll get scratches here or there. But
sure.
it's how you take care of your floors. One of
Right.
the first questions I asked, do you wear shoes in the house?
Right.
Do you have a dog? What do you clean with? Blah, blah, blah. There's a few things you can do to really take care of your floors. But
Right. Flooring is similar to a wall paint color. And let me explain that. So the darker you go with your floor, the more blemishes you're going to see.
correct.
The darker you go with your paint, the more blemishes you're going to see.
Right.
If you have a really shitty drywaller doing your work, he's going to suggest you paint it black. I mean white. I'm sorry, white.
Right. I know you.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot to be said to that. So this is one of those things that this is not going to show unless it was a deep gouge.
Right.
So fine scratches like a woman's heels, dog's nails, cats,
Heels
whatever.
wouldn't really scratch this. The dog's nails. How
Maybe.
big of a dog? How
Okay.
often does it get groomed?
No,
There's little things come into play.
Then that's adorable. Then that's good.
So this is one of the nice colors and products. So you see how also what I was trying to get to. You see how it's more clean.
Yeah.
So it's more clean product. You have your little knots here and there, but for the most part, it's nice clean boards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you're paying for that. Here's another popular color. The same company, same thing. You can see how it's more uniform. Show the viewers. You see how it's more uniform. You don't really see the nasty fillers and whatnot with the product.
Right.
Now, this is what you're paying for roughly $9 a square foot for. Here's something in the $7 range. You're going to get these big fillers here and there. They're natural.
Yeah, some people like that.
Yeah, some people do like that. But
It fits in some decors.
But sometimes people don't understand that. They'll see a sample of a hardwood, and they'll 2-3 planks in there, and it looks kind of clean, and you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna be getting these clean floors, and then you get the whole product, and you get all these knots, and you're like, whoa, what's going on?
They open the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really explain this to the customers, like, what's the difference price? Not just because this was made in Vietnam and this was made in Spain. You're getting different kind of quality material,
Right.
boards itself. Once you actually open up the whole thing.
Got it. And over here you have is that the
Underlayments.
underlayments?
Cork and rubber.
Yeah. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll go over that too.
Yeah, of course.
So these right here, we talked about these already.
Luxury vinyl,
Luxury vinyl.
and this is your laminate.
Got it.
Nobody really.
I'm
gets
guessing that you have to do this presentation every time somebody walks in the front door of your showroom, right?
So I get different kind of. I get different kind of customers. Sometimes they come in, they know what they want. I'm looking for engineered hardwood, at least 9 inches wide. And
I want the discount.
and I want the best aggressive price that you can give me right now today. So I hear that all the time. Sometimes they come in and they're like, I need flooring. And I'm like, oh, great. So what are you looking for? Engineered hardwood, luxury vinyl, laminate. Can you explain that to me? Sure thing. And that's when I go into my little presentation here. And then they're like, yeah, after, I give them the presentation. Yeah, I think vinyl is more for us. So, okay, follow me. Let me show you the vinyl.
Must have been somebody from Burbank.
Yes. So
I'm just joking. I live in Burbank. It's all good. So no, that's cool. That's good information. Really good information. So plank vinyl, like I said, wet areas, fantastic. Here's something I do come across once in a while.
Tell me.
And that is an outdoor patio.
Okay.
I see actual indoor floor tile on an outdoor
No,
patio.
you don't.
I do.
Oh my God.
And it's real easy to overlook. It's really easy.
You talking about actual engineered hardwood?
No, I'm talking about like a tile or some kind of a. I have seen.
You've seen engineered hardwood.
I have seen a wood. I'll call it a wood-looking floor on the outdoor patio.
Scary.
Now, my concern is when it gets wet, it's slippery.
Okay.
So, because I got to report safety hazards.
Yes.
So I see these outdoor patios with these floorings that do not look like they're approved for outdoors. So, do you guys carry anything like that for like an outdoor patio?
No.
Okay, you only do interiors.
All interior.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to see if you had any info on that. All right, and then so like you said, the best-selling, most popular is the engineered,
engineered hardwood, I would say, yes.
and then second would be what, the vinyl,
I'll go luxury vinyl. Yeah.
luxury. Now, why is it called luxury? Because it's thicker than a thin one.
It's a little thicker, and they're just calling it luxury now to stay away, because sometimes you hear vinyl and they think of these big rolls back in the school vinyl, and nobody knows. So nowadays they're calling it luxury vinyl, luxury plank vinyl. So
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're driving down the freeway and you see these big apartment buildings off the side and it says luxury apartments.
Exactly.
And they're just basic apartments.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So now they really want people, but it's very popular nowadays, this stuff.
It is. And by the way, so I am a DIYer. I do a lot of stuff myself. And
Like
anybody, yes, anybody wondering, I did install this myself, and I got to say it was really, really easy.
Oh yeah, of course.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
And of course, I made mistakes. Luckily, I didn't have to buy a third box because it was like $80 a box. So I made some mistakes, a little rusty on the flooring.
Yeah,
So
like,
I measured wrong. You know the old saying: you measure it 3 times, you cut it 3 times, it's still too short.
But how much money did you end up saving doing the work yourself?
Oh, tons of it. Yeah, of
course.
So what would it cost for labor to put in? Well, I don't know if you separate it by labor, but let's say
we do. So when we send, for example, quotes, you get a separate material quote, and you get a separate labor quote, and that goes because sometimes people want the whole package. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they want just the material.
Oh, I see. So what would like a 12 by 12 room cost to do this? For example, the luxury vinyl.
So again, it goes by square foot. Unless you're doing just a small bedroom.
Let's just say 300 square feet.
300 square feet, you're looking at about roughly $3 a square foot to install.
To install it. That's including the material.
No.
Oh, just install.
Just install. So if the material is roughly, again, let's just give an easy number, $3 for material, $3 for installation. You're at $6 a square foot.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
300, so $1,800.
Okay.
That's what you're looking at.
Gotcha.
But then don't forget, is there a demo to be done? If there's demo to be done, then someone needs to take care of that. What about the baseboards after? So there's little things, but
that's a pet peeve of mine is people not removing baseboard when they put new floors in.
Yeah.
You gotta remove your baseboard, man. Otherwise, it looks like shit. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna put quarter round.
Oh my God, it's an easy task, but
it's so tacky, man. I understand
I
if you're in a really low income area and you don't have the money to do all. I get it. There's a reason that's the reason why they make that stuff, but man, it just does not make that room look any better.
Not any better, but nowadays it'll make financially.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
And another perk to baseboards, if you take them off, you can always put new ones on, like a more up to date. Because a lot of older homes, they have these little 2-inch or 1.5 inch.
Yeah.
Just ugly, basic trim.
Yeah.
You take those off, you put your new floor in. You can go to a molding company that does door trims and baseboards, specifically crown moldings, and you could buy a really nice 4 to 5 inch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it makes the room look really like luxury. It does bring up the appearance of the room. That really makes a difference.
No, it does, 100%.
It's like putting chrome wheels on an old car. It'll make it look better.
I know, and for the most part, the quarter rounds are in rental units,
Yeah.
That's where we mostly install the quarter rounds. For the most part, everyone tries to put in new baseboards. We at least tell them that, hey,
Tell them John said to do the baseboard. Tell them to call me. I'll I'll straighten them out for you.
Well, you know, one thing what happens actually is when, for example, if you have carpet and the padding, you know, so you're at like what, an inch, 3/4, what is that? Something like that, right? It's pretty. And then if you're installing with a hardwood, usually it's fine, but sometimes it's a little thinner. If you get like 1/2 inch hardwood, and then when you put the baseboards back down, it's a little lower, so you could see the paint strip where the caulking was.
Yeah.
So then at that point, you have to get bigger baseboards.